Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tang Sajivam Sadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitam Bande Guru Nisha Bhakta Nisha Misha Avatarakam Tat Prakashangscha Tat Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Sangakam Bande Guru Padadvandam Bhakta Brinda Samanitam Sri Chaitanya Prabhung Bande Nityananda Sahoditam Sri Nandanandanang Bande Radhika Charana Dvayam Gopi Jana Samayuktam Vrindavano Manoharam Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Again, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Again, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All glories to all our Guru Varga. All glories to all their divine graces. All our beloved Guru Varga. All the Vaishnava Vrinda. All glories to His divine grace, Srila Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada, along with all his beloved associates. Offering my most respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of all their divine graces, I am humbly praying that their divine mercy be bestowed upon me and be bestowed upon all of you. My loving regards to all of you, the assembled devotees, beautiful hearts, good hearts. Any particular query? The nature of Krishna Katha is just unlimited, endless. If any particular query is there, relevance, I can reflect. Yes, please.
Yeah, I have a question. It's not really a very elevated question, but it's something I've been thinking of lately.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about the realization that we are a spirit soul, not a material body. Because in Bhagavad Gita, the second chapter, when Krishna starts teaching Arjuna, it's the very beginning that he teaches him that there's a difference between the soul and the body. And my question actually is, when does this realization come on the spiritual path? Because when I see it from my point of view, I still identify with the body. And so from my point of view, it must be something far away, out of my reach. On the other hand, we know that in some particular cases, even materialistic people, like really materialistic people, they can have this realization that they are not the body, at least the gross material body. So it's kind of confusing to me that some materialistic person, they can realize that they are not this material body, or at least the gross body. And for me, it's something, well, I still feel the body, it hurts, I'm identified with it, etc. So, did I put the question clearly?
I understand the mood of your question.
No.
Put it in a pinpoint way. That how to experience our some distinctions between material body and our soul.
Yeah.
Is that? I understand your description. Okay. Your mood. So what's your pinpoint question?
Okay, the confusion that when does the realization come and what it looks like. If it's something that we need to work on the spiritual path and then it will come, or is it a part of the path, or is it something we don't need to worry about because it will come anyways in some certain point? I am not you translating.
And exactly talking about what realization, which realization should come?
That we are not connected, although we are in certain point, but we are not linked to the body. The body is temporary, and I can't see it. And I can be here life after life doing what I'm trying to do, and I am still identifying with the body, and in this sense, I don't see any progress.
Okay, in a simplified way, Lord Krishna says, you are not the body, you are spirit soul. So how to understand, how to experience it. See, in a precise form, if I answer before elaboration, before giving elaborate answer, if I just put in a precise form. That can be experienced, that reality, that we are inseparably linked, not just linked, we inseparably related with our spirit soul. Okay. So that realization can come through Krishna conscious, in-depth Krishna conscious contemplation, meditation. It is quite possible to have that experience of our real identity as spirit soul, jiva soul. And that spirit soul also got a body. And that I am not just body, but actually, factually I am spirit soul. Originally I am spirit soul, and body is just an extension, vehicle, media of that kind of shelter, okay, of that. But actually I am spirit soul. This can be experienced or realized through in-depth meditation, okay, devoted meditation, which is of transcendental character, transcending the mundane contemplation, limitation of the contemplation, meditation.
Takže skrze opravdu tu hlubokou meditaci v Krišna vědomí my můžeme zjistit, že vlastně to tělo je jenom jakoby nějakou naší expanzí, je to vlastně akorát vozítkem, ve kterém se vezeme my jako duše.
Because, okay, now, giving elaborate answer, more. Okay. Answering to your question more analytically, elaborately.
Teď odpověděl analytičtěji a víc dopodrobna.
Many things happening, different kinds of activities, actions are happening all the time within our body, this bodily existence. Can we directly experience? No. Can we directly realize of all kinds of happening within my body? I can't directly experience, yet they are happening, yet they are reality. Okay.
V našem těle se odehrává velká spousta procesů, ale my téměř nic z toho nedokážeme ve skutečnosti vnímat, ale i přesto je to realita.
First of all, I'm coming down to the earth, coming down to the realistic ground of questioning those people who think they understand themselves as material body. They know themselves, feel themselves, realize themselves as body. I will question them in the first place. Do you really? Do you really? How much of your own bodily existence you can experience directly, can directly realize? Very little, a part, limited range. You do not even know about your bodily identity also to adequate extent. You don't even know. What to speak more of knowing into the transcendental, our spiritual identity.
Já bych lidem, kteří se stotožňují se svým hmotným tělem, tak bych se jich zeptal, kolik z toho všeho, co se ve vašem těle děje, si dokážete uvědomit. Je to opravdu jenom maličká část, takže to, že nevíte o vaší duchovní identitě, ještě neznamená, že neexistuje.
See, in order to know about our own bodily identity properly, I repeat, in order to experience, directly experience about our own bodily identity, our perception is not enough. Capacity of our direct perception is not enough. We have to take the help of the machines, of the intelligence, to know about how things inside our body working, how our bodily mechanism working, like all the organs inside our body and everything, neurotic system, heart, lungs, kidney, liver, stomach, prostate gland, neurotic system, circulatory system, all are working. We cannot directly experience, directly know them, but still they are happening, great realities, although we cannot directly realize.
Naše schopnost přímého vnímání nedokáže obsáhnout všechno, co se v našem těle děje. Na to potřebujeme buď přístroje nebo nějakou inteligenci, kterou zpracujeme to poznání, že víme, že takhle fungují játra, ledviny a plíce a tak dále. Ale je to, co my můžeme vnímat, je opravdu jenom malá část.
So, although we are only experiencing only within a limited range, through our limited range of perception about our own bodily existence, but so much more happening. Okay? So much happening more than our direct knowledge and experience. Although we cannot directly experience, but we know they are reality, they are happening. By higher intelligence, they are happening.
Naší vyšší inteligencí víme, že se tam odehrává spousta věcí, které nedokážeme přímo vnímat.
So as we understand, speaking precisely, nice. So as we understand that although we do not understand and directly experience about our bodily activities, but still they are realities. I am required to experience, but due to the limited range of our perception, we cannot. but still reality. But we are required to realize. Great yogis can realize, can directly experience each and every point and happening, all the actions of heart, lungs, kidney and all neurotic system. They can do it through chakra meditations. But normally normal people cannot do it. So although material people cannot directly experience many self-evident realities, actions of the body, but still they are reality. We understand by higher intelligence. Similarly, although we cannot directly relate to our spiritual identity as spirit soul, as eternal spirit jiva soul, although we cannot directly understand and know through our direct experience, still it is reality. I'm giving this just to explain through examples. Okay, yeah. Still it's reality.
Na ty věci, co se dějí v našem těle, potřebujeme teda nějakou inteligenci, ale třeba jogíni, ty jsou schopní opravdu skrze meditace na nějaký čakry vlastně přímo ty procesy jako opravdu reálně vnímat. A stejně tak, co se týká naší duchovní existence, tak máme velice omezené schopnosti přímého vnímání, jak jako vnímat.
So Lord Krishna mercifully. Okay, so Lord Krishna also mercifully points out certain places of Bhagavad Gita. See, your faculty of your intelligence, I repeat, faculty of your intelligence, faculty of your feelings, okay, your experience, known through meditations, higher meditation, is more capable of making you realize than just your perception, sensual perception.
Inteligence spojená s meditací nám dokáže, že Krishna říká v Bhagavad Gita, že naše inteligence spojená s meditací nám dokáže jakoby odkrýt a pomoct vidět mnohem víc věcí, než jenom naše přímý vnímání, to, co přímo vidíme nebo cítíme.
Lord Krishna nicely explains in Bhagavad Gita. Indriyani parannahu indriyebha paranga manaha manasastu para buddhi buddhir yah paratastu sa. Indriyani parannahu Indriyani parannahu indriyebha paranga manaha manasastu para buddhir yah paratastu sa. Buddhir atma mahan parah. Lord Krishna very meaningfully, in a cute, significant way, he was describing to Arjuna step by step in this way. First, Indriyani paranyahu indriyabha parangamana. He says, look, Arjuna, all your senses are more important, more valuable compared to the whole world of perception. All, I repeat, say that your senses are of greater importance and value in your life compared to the objective world of experience.
Tvoje smysly mají mnohem vyšší hodnotu, než jsou ty hmotné objekty kolem tebe.
Then, why? Our Guru Maharaj beautifully explained. Suppose you have got the whole objective world, whole material objective world. What is the conception? What's the concept, general concept of this material objective world? That of visual aspect, sound aspect, taste aspect, touching aspect, smelling aspect, this way. So, suppose you don't have eyes. If you don't have eyes, the world of beauty and vision is absent to you. If you do not have ear, the world of sound, sweet music, absent to you. If you do not have nose function, world of fragrance, smelling, absent to you. Don't have tongue, world of taste, absent to you. If you are paralyzed, no feeling sensation, world of touch, absent to you. So in spite the reality that whole material objective world is existing, but if you do not have the senses, the whole world is zero to you, is nothing. Okay? Because the experience of your worldly experience is a sum total of your sense perception. As soon as you do not have the perception, do not have the functions of perception, there is nothing to you. Whole material objective world is just simply absent to you.
Maharaj to vysvětloval tak, že vlastně celý ten hmotný svět vnímáme skrze čich, zrák a tak dále. A vlastně v momentě, kdy nejsme schopni vidět, tak celý ten svět těch zrakových vědů pro nás v podstatě neexistuje. Když nám nefungují uši, tak pro nás zase neexistuje celý ten svět různých zvuků a tak dále. Takže v podstatě, když ty smysly nemáme, tak pro nás ten svět přestane existovat.
So, Krishna says, so the values, the importance of your senses is greater than objective world. Then he says, Indriyabha parangamana. Your mind is of greater value and importance compared to your senses. Why? Because mind means, mind is the main perceiver through the vehicle, through the media of all the senses. If mind is absent, eyes cannot see. In spite of seeing everything, eyes cannot see. In spite of hearing everything, we don't hear. In spite of touching anything, we don't touch. So in this way, if the mind is absent, even if the senses are working, but still nothing is validated, you cannot experience anything. So mind is holding higher controlling power, that of higher position compared to your senses.
A dál Krishna říká Arjunovi, že mysl stojí víc než smysly, protože i když ty smysly fungují, ale mysl není přítomná, tak i když oči vidí, tak v podstatě nevidí, protože ten prožitek tam není ničím jako zaznamenaný. Stejně tak, když máme mimo mysl, tak i když něco slyšíme, tak ve skutečnosti neslyšíme. Proto je ta mysl nadřazená smyslovému vnímání.
In other words, Krishna points out that your mind, which is also called sixth sense, is actually, your mind is actual controller, manipulator of all your perception. If mind doesn't see, if mind is absent, even though all your senses are working, you cannot experience anything. You simply say, oh, I was absent-minded, unmindful. I didn't know. Many things happening. Something happened right in front of you. You didn't see. Someone spoke something very important to you, some sound. You didn't hear. So, mind's position is more important. Controller of the senses.
Mysl, který se někdy říká šestý smysl, tak je vlastně v pozici ovladače těch smyslů, takže když my máme mimo mysl, tak je, když nám někdo říká něco důležitého, my to prostě neuslyšíme. A když se stane něco přímo nám před nosem, ale naše mysl je mimo, tak to vůbec nezaznamenáme. Proto se říká, že ta mysl je jakoby ovladatel těch smyslů.
Meaning, it has deeper meaning, that Lord Krishna, explaining very scientific way, that the main experiencer is the mind, not the senses. Senses are simply vehicle, some mechanism, through which mind is experiencing. And mind is made of consciousness. So mind is a primary concept of our spiritual identity before touching the soul, before approaching to the highest level of the soul. Lord Krishna going step by step, taking us step by step, uplifting us. So understand, your mind is the real experiencer. Your subtler identity, which is actually experiencing, actually realizing things through the mechanisms of your senses, eye mechanism, ear mechanism, tongue mechanism, smell mechanism and touch mechanism. There are some different mechanical ways, different mechanisms, vehicle, via media, through which mind is actually experiencing everything. And what is that mind? What is that? It's not your material body. Comparatively, it's a spiritual body of yourself. Okay, mind. Nobody can deny the existence of mind, self-evident, bodily identity and mental identity. Everybody can realize it. One cannot but realize, have to realize. If somebody says, I don't want to realize, still cannot get away. No way out. Have to realize body and mind. So, you can directly realize you have got higher identity. Subtle identity in the form of mind, more important than your bodily identity. If that identity, mental identity don't work, your bodily identity will be valueless. It won't be functioning. Essence. Synopsis, essence.
Yeah, I don't know where to begin. Takže smysly ty jsou vlastně jakoby takový akorát přístroje, který vlastně zaznamenávají něco, co si uvědomuje ta mysl. A mysl je vlastně jakoby nejnižší úrovní naší duchovní existence. A vlastně naše jakoby duševní identita a tělesná identita, to jsou dvě různé identity, které jakoby nejde popřít. Každý jako si musí uvědomit, že máme tady tyhle dvě identity. A
že mentální úroveň každý smysl.
No. A? To je všechno? Okay. You say that's it.
Okay. So, relatively complete, not elaborately complete. But good. Anyway. So, therefore, for example, sorry, I'm appreciating you, okay, because it is me who is speaking long, and so I'm putting you in that position. So you are not responsible, I am responsible. So you do not need to feel in any way uncomfortable. Okay. I am responsible for that. So for example, what I was just explaining, therefore, why these sense mechanisms are not self-reliant, not self-dependent, not self-reliantly capable of directly experiencing the things, objective or why. For example, look at in a dead body. Look at the dead body. There are eyes, nose, ears, tongue, all nervous system inside, all organs, everything is there. No sense is absent there. But why it cannot see anything? It cannot see, hear, smell, touch, anything. Why? If the senses, if these our biological senses such as eyes, ears, tongue, nose, touching function, would be self-reliant, self-dependent, self-sufficient to experience things. Everything, all are there in the dead body. Why they cannot experience?
This is called zombie. This is called zombie.
Zombie.
This is the body without the mind and the soul.
Zombie.
It exists.
You need to translate.
Yeah. Takže vlastně to, že ty smysly nejsou jakoby soběstační nebo samostatně činný, tak můžeme vidět ten důkaz na mrtvolce, že vlastně všechny ty smysly má oči, má uši, má nos, má všechno, ale přesto není schopný nic vnímat. A je to právě proto, že tam ta mysl není a jak se to poznamená v případě, že to teda není zomník.
Back to the point. So Krishna pointing out, so see, your senses are of higher quality, are of higher position than the objective world. Your mind is having much higher position, higher capability, higher importance compared to your senses. Now, he's going further up. Manashastu para buddhi, so indriyani paranyahu indriyabha parang manaha. Manashastu para buddhi. Now Krishna is coming even higher than the state, touching the state higher than the mind. Manashastu para buddhi. Now, faculty of your intelligence is even higher than your mind, mental function.
Krishna vysvětlil, že smysly jsou nadřazený mrtvý hmotě a těm smyslům je nadřazená mysl a v dalším kroku vysvětluje, že inteligence je nadřazená mysli.
And buddhirja paratostusha. And above your faculty of intelligence, you have a greater, much higher, much deeper identity. That is real you. Buddhirja, above your buddhi, even transcending the limits of your intelligence, faculty of intelligence, state of intelligence. Here intelligence means consciousness, experiencing consciousness. What you are, that is real you. Buddhirja, what you are, above your intelligence, it is real you. Buddhirja paratostu sha, real you. Meaning Atma.
A dále říká, že to, co stojí nad naší inteligencí, to je teprve naše opravdový skutečný já, naše Atma.
Why intelligence is greater? Why intelligence has got greater importance than the mind? Because, again, Guru Maharaj very nicely explained with the examples. Suppose you have everything intact, working nicely. You have got the objective world of experience, you've got able senses, capable senses, and you have got good mental concentration, mental focus, so your body and mind, all your senses in your body and mind functioning very well, but you do not have proper intelligence. You have wrong intelligence. Your intelligence is not pure. You are living under ignorance. Your faculty of intelligence, in other words, is not exactly always intelligence, it's a consciousness. Buddhi. Buddhi can be translated in both ways. Consciousness, conscious being, or faculty of intelligence. Both are the definition of each other. Same truth, spoken in different ways. So, Guru Maharaj explained, suppose you have everything intact, but you do not have proper consciousness, pure consciousness. Your consciousness is filled with ignorance, impurity, filled with, wrong mood. Then your life will become hell. Life going to become hell.
Takže i pokud nám fungují skvělé smysly a skvěle nám funguje mysl, tak pokud máme špatnou inteligenci, pokud ji máme nečistou a pokud ji máme v kvalitě nevědomosti, tak náš život bude peklem.
It will be like that.
To vědomí, consciousness, you missed it. The Buddha is.
Tak to řekni. To řekni.
Okay. Maharaj vysvětloval, že to slovo Buddhy, který se často překládá jako inteligence, se v jiném kontextu dá přeložit jako vědomí, že to je oboje totéž. A zdůrazňuje vlastně, že na tou myslí stojí naše vědomí, který někdy nazýváme inteligencí.
See, Krishna says, therefore lights of higher knowledge, lights of wisdom, divine knowledge is so much required. Our intelligence, of faculty of intelligence or level of consciousness must be enlightened, illuminated by higher knowledge, divine wisdom. That is buddhi. Here, buddhi means proper intelligence, appropriate intelligence, consciousness, pure, enlightened consciousness. That is buddhi. So, if one doesn't have, he simply doesn't know what is right and what is wrong. What he should do, what he should not do. Because it's like one is well equipped but doesn't know how to use those equipments. You are giving somebody all the equipments bringing to someone, but he doesn't know in the first place how to use those equipments. He is not expert, not trained. Then what's the use? Rather, he will misuse. He can wrongly use. So when there is no real lights of the knowledge, when your state of intelligence or consciousness is not enlightened by the higher intelligence, higher knowledge divine, wisdom, then although everything is working fine, your body, mind, everything working nicely, everything, but you do not know how to apply things in your life. You do not know which is right way of doing things, wrong way of doing things. Okay. You don't even understand whether you are doing good to yourself or bringing so much bad things to yourself, doing good or doing harm to yourself, because you lack the lights of knowledge, higher intelligence, higher consciousness. Your actions in life not guided by the lights of higher intelligence, buddhi, higher consciousness. Therefore, your life will be hellish. You will be nowhere. You can bring so much destruction to your own self without knowing anything, because you are ignorant. You do not have buddhi, proper buddhi. Therefore, the function of intelligence, higher intelligence or knowledge, buddhi, consciousness, is much more valuable, much more important compared to a body and mind. You will do or you will do whatever.
Naše inteligence musí být osvícena nějakým vyšším božským poznáním, tak se říká buddhi. Protože když nemáme tu správnou inteligenci, tak vlastně nevíme, co je pro nás dobrý a co je pro nás špatný, a tak se vlastně můžeme přijít k nějaký úhoně nebo k sebezničení. A vlastně mít tu dobrou inteligenci a nemít to světlo toho správného poznání znamená, jako, že můžeme mít tady prvotřídní výbavu, ale když ji neumíme používat, tak je nám absolutně k ničemu.
So, your experience of objective world, all your functioning actions of your senses or sense perception and mental functions, all can be utilized, all can be properly utilized. They are all validated in a proper way if your buddhi is shuddha. If your buddhi means consciousness or intelligence is pure, proper, if your life, all your activities being guided by the lights of that higher intelligence, buddhi, that is your higher identity. higher level of your own identity more than bodily and mental identity. Identity of your higher consciousness by your buddhi, functions of higher intelligence. Okay. Clear?
Tady tohle to buddhi, to je vlastně naše jakoby svrchované vědomí a to, když je v pořádku, tak vlastně to dodává hodnotu všem těm našim tělesným a mentálním činnostem.
And thereafter he says, Guru Maharaj is explaining, transcending, surpassing the level of the buddhi, that higher intelligence of consciousness, awareness. I can also explain, buddhi means higher consciousness, awareness with fine intelligence. That is buddhi, Krishna talking about. Mm-hmm. So, as you surpass that level, there comes Atma, your original identity, spirit soul. If Atma is not there, all these are dysfunctioning, invalidated. That is the source, central source. Because of that entity of the spirit soul, all these are being validated, qualified. If Atma is absent, there will be no question for them to be active. They also become inactive. So, that spirit soul is real you, original you. So, that is Atma. See, even in the material science we find, electron, proton, neutron, the quantum physics level, electron, proton, neutron, atomic level. So, explosive energy is being activated from the central point, okay, in the atom, although looking so small, but it's not really small by accident when it is put into the process. It brings big energy, huge energy, which apparently remains invisible way, hidden way in the seed form, in atom. As soon as it is put through process, same thing comes out to be in a big, huge way.
Yeah, this is actually what Einstein defined in his theory of relativity.
Exactly. Atma is of that quality. I'm just giving this example to give some idea about how powerful Atma is. Although we cannot directly see, directly experience, directly feel, yet without that no feeling is possible, no experience is possible. Such a mystically wonderful reality, our identity.
A nad tou inteligencí tak stojí duše neboli Atma, ze který vlastně všechno vybírá a bez který v podstatě nic tady z těchto věcí, které jsme popsali, by nemohly fungovat. A vlastně i když je ta Atma hrozně malinká, nepostřehnutelná, tak se to přirovnává vlastně jakoby k atomovému jádru, který taky atom je strašně prťavoučkej, ale když se tam uvolní ta energie, tak je obrovská.
And which Atma we are, that we have to realize.
Of course, and I will come to that point. A great poet nicely expressed, I repeat, a great Bengali poet meaningfully expressed in this way. Nayana tomare paye na dekhite royecho nayane nayane. Hridaya tomare paye na janite royecho hridaye hridaye hi royecho nayane nayane. Meaning, saying that, poetically saying, meaningful way. My eyes cannot see you, but you are in my eyes. You are residing, dwelling in my eyes. My eyes cannot see you, but you are dwelling in the same eyes of mine. My eyes cannot see you, but my eyes seeing everything else because of your dwelling in my eyes. My ear cannot directly hear your sound, but you are living in the hearing ability of my ear, audio functioning of my ear. Without you, auditory function is invalid. So, my heart cannot always directly experience you, realize you, but the very you are residing in my heart. What a wonderful reality you are, my Lord. Tell me, let me discover you, let me know you. Unless you let me know you, I cannot know you. What a wonderful transcendental reality you are. What a mystically wonderful, mysteriously wonderful reality of transcendental character you are, my Lord. Let me know you. Let me experience you. Let me feel you by your mercy, merciful grant.
Tak říká, přestože tě, Pane, nevidím, tak sídlíš v mých očích a díky tomu, že tam seš, tak já můžu vidět všechno. Já tě neslyším, ale ty sídlíš v mých uších a proto já jsem schopný slyšet. A stejně tak sídlíš v mém srdci, tak prosím tě, dovol mi tě poznat. Tvojí milostí, jedině tvojí milostí tě dokážu poznat.
In other places it is said, very much aligned with what Lord Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. That is also Bhagavad words of the Bhagavan in different way. Buddhir atma mahan para. After the stage of your intelligence, state of intelligence, higher intelligence, then how you discover about yourself, your highest identity, that is you, that is called Atma. Buddhir Atma Mahan Para. That Mahan, that noble, that most noble, magnanimous, divine identity of yourself, which is called Atma, is transcendental to the state of your Buddhi. It is residing, living as transcending the state of your faculty of normal awareness or higher awareness or intelligence. That is Atma. That is the source of all this Buddhi, mind, Buddhi, Man, Indriya and Prithvi.
Takže Krishna popisuje, že nad tou myslí teda stojí ta inteligence, a teda pardon, nad inteligencí stojí duše, a ta duše je zdrojem jak inteligence, tak mysli, tak smyslu a dokonce i Prithvi, neboli toho hmotného světa.
Therefore, back to the point. Now, coming back to the point of answering your question. Okay. I'm winding up, how do you say, and centralizing my answer. How do you call the synthetical? So far, for so long, I answered in a more elaborately analytical way. Now coming to the synthesis center. So, you are Atma, although you cannot directly experience about it, know about it due to the limited capacity of your perception, because of your conditioning by the illusory energy in this mundane world. So you are unable to directly experience about your own original identity, real identity. Yet, it doesn't matter, nevertheless. That real you, that Atma is more real than these mortal realities, temporary realities, worldly realities, that of material, objective world, material body, mind, and higher than that intelligence. So compared to all these realities, temporary reality, conditional realities, Atma is more real. Although you cannot directly experience, directly realize, That's the way it is. You have to accept the way it is. No question, further questioning. Many things are created by me the way. You have to be accepted the way it is. Okay? Taken for granted. Has to be. So although it doesn't matter whether you can directly experience about your real self, highest self, Atma, or not. I repeat, it doesn't really matter. In view of truth, absolute truth, whether or not you directly experience about Atma, your spirit soul. But still, it's a self-evident reality. Self-effulgent reality. Question will arise, if it is self-effulgent, why we cannot see? Because your eyes are closed. Okay, therefore you cannot see the effulgence. Still your eyes are conditioned. Closed means very much conditioned, materially conditioned. Materially limited, mundanely limited. Since your vision is mundanely limited, conditioned, therefore you cannot directly see, feel or relate to your Atma. Still, it is self-evident truth.
Jsem to zanalizovala, přichází syntéza, to, že ty nejsi schopný vidět svoji duši, tak to prostě, nebo jako vnímat sám sebe jako duši, tak je to vlastně díky nějakému hmotnému podmínění, ale ve skutečnosti tvoje identita jako duše je reálnější než ty věci, které vnímat dokážeš. A je to jakoby takový výraz jakoby sebeozařující pravda, nejde to úplně přesně přeložit. A i když se můžeme zeptat, když to teda září, jak je možné, že to nevidíme, tak je to proto, že máme zavřené oči díky našemu podmínění, proto vlastně k nám ta záře nedojde.
But again, it's not that you can never experience and realize about your Atma. It's not really that.
Ale není to tak, že bys tu Atmu nikdy nemohl realizovat nebo zakusit.
As you become, through your sadhana, as you become liberated from your conditioned state, all conditionings, as you are blessed with some superior ability, higher superior spiritual ability, you are in tune with that dimension of the vision. You become in tune with the frequency of the vision of Atma. Then you can directly see. When you are in tune with that dimension of realization of Atma, then you can directly realize. You can see, hear its sound, you can smell its fragrance, you can feel, you can embrace yourself. It's a self-evident feeling about your own self. Just as we feel about our own self, our own existence. It will be self-effulgent, self-evident feeling about your own self, realize about your own self. It is possible. That comes in the higher state, more transcendental state. It's called state of self-realization. When we hear the term self-realization, this is that state. Great yogis, great bhaktas can have that direct experience about their own spirit soul. And they become filled with wonders and wonders and wonder. It is described through the verses of scripture, Bhagavad Gita, other scriptures. Ascharyavat passati kaschidena, ascharyavat badati tathaiva channa. When one can come to the state of directly knowing about Atma, directly visualizing, directly hearing the sound of the Atma, seeing Atma, feeling into Atma, having direct experience, then their nature of realization becomes filled with mystical wonders and wonders and wonders. Heart become wonderfully filled with some divine bliss upon coming in contact with the experience of their own Atma, none other than the direct energy of Krishna, energy particle of Krishna. So again, it's not that one cannot directly experience the Atma, has to be uplifted to that level. Through sadhana and meditation comes into great play. Meditation plays a great vital role in that.
To není tak, že by si člověk nedokázal tu svoji duši zrealizovat. Je to možný prostřednictvím sádhany, ve který meditace hraje velkou roli. Kdy se vlastně tou sádhanou postupně člověk pozvedne na tak vysokou úroveň, kdy je schopný tu svoji duši nejenom vnímat, ale cítit její vůni, vidět její barvy a tak dále. To je něco, co dokážou velcí jogíni a velcí baktové.
Když dosáhnou toho stavu, tak cítí velkou blaženost, protože je to vlastně božská blaženost, protože je to energie Krishny přímo. No.
Therefore we find the descriptions of many great yogis, great pure devotees of Lord, did experience about the Atma, their own Atma. They are called atmarama. Atmarama muni, atmaramascha munayo nirganthapi urukrami, kurbantahi tuking bhakting itham bhuta guno hari. From Srimad Bhagavatam, Mahaprabhu explained this verse in 18 ways first, 18 manners, then 61 manners later on. Same, that Atmarama verse. See, the term Atmarama coming from the direct experience, one who has got a direct ambrosial experience about his own self, own real self, own soul, and became fulfilled with bliss. Nectar, nectarian bliss, called atmarama. Blissfully self-fulfilled. Self-fulfilled with all blissful experience with the experience of Atma. That is called atmarama. So it is possible. So, Lord Krishna described, other Mahajanas described, with the divine experience about your divine spirit self, spirit soul, with the endless experience about your own original spirit self, divine self, you become so much blessed. You simply become fulfilled, so much blessed with ambrosial joy of experiencing yourself as a direct energy particle of the Supreme Divine. It's so marvelous experience. That state of experience has been described. It's filled with transcendental wonders, ambrosial wonders, ambrosial bliss, ambrosial fulfillment. That's how it has been described in Scripture. And therefore, great yogis, once they receive even a glimpse of that taste, a glimpse of the taste of that experience of directly relating, connecting to the original divine self, their spirit self, Atma, they don't want to come away from that. They cannot. They continue to be living in that state, that dimension of experience, highest kind of experience to them. They are called Atmarama Muni, great sages, saintly personalities who actually live their life on the being fulfilled with ambrosial happiness derived from the Atma, which is none other than direct energy particle of the Lord Hari.
Lidi tady na téhle úrovni, tak vlastně z toho sebepoznání nebo vnímání duše mají obrovskou blaženost, protože tím vlastně automaticky sebe sami vidí jako částečku nejvyššího pána. A je to stav, ze kterého nechtějí ani nemůžou se dostat ven, tak hrozně blažení to je.
So through high class devoted yogic meditations and continuing pure sadhana, at some point revelation happens in our life. Receive revelations. It manifests through descending method. Then only we can directly experience or realize about our spirit self, Atma. And then we know our best identity is not our body, it is our Atma. I repeat, our best, super excellent identity, that I am Atma, not the body. The way now the material people can relate to the material body as truth, as reality. A similar way, even more than that, they can relate to the Atma as more real, more self-effulgently, immortally real, ambrosially real. Why? It's energy particle of the Supreme God. That's why. That's why it is so qualified. It's so much qualified.
Takže ta naše realita jako duše je nejreálnější ze všech, protože je vlastně spojená s nejvyšším pánem. A ta naše identita nám vlastně může být zjevená jakoby ze zhora. Je to sestupný proces zjevení naší, toho, že jsme schopni vidět naše skutečný já.
So, this is reality. The great yogis, great devotees get united with Paramatma. Through Atma, being situated in the direct realization of their spirit soul, they become further united with the super soul, the direct representation of Krishna. Atma is an extension, energy particle of that super soul. But the super soul is a direct presence of Supreme Lord. They become united. And we find lots of description in the holy text about this fact. Union between soul and super soul. Experiencing about one's own Atma, divine spirit self, filled with blissful wonder through self, in other words called self-realization, divine self-realization. Bodily realization is not self-realization. When it is called self-realization, it's the true self-realization, realization about the Atma. So it is quite possible. Completed my answer.
Své duše, tak jsou schopni spojit se nebo realizovat na duši, protože vlastně ta duše je jakoby částečka té na duše je vlastně kompletní pán Krishna, takže tímhle způsobem se to propojí a tu druhou část si nepamatuju.
Já nevím, už přemýšlím dál.
Jo.
Já nevím, kdy jsi skončila.
Jo, na duši. Jo, a že teda, jestli si to dobře pamatuju, tak ta duše je teda opravdu naše nejvyšší já a...
Jo, to je seberealizace.
Jo, seberealizace, ano. Jo,
seberealizace neznamená realizace těla,
ale
realizace duše. To je skutečná seberealizace.
So, in the common materially limited state, although we cannot directly realize about Atma like the way we realize somewhat about our body, and we cannot directly link, but through higher intelligence, higher knowledge and awareness, the way I have explained so far, we can realize about Atma in a more theoretical, prospective way, at least, before a direct, tangible experience and realization. We can understand through our intelligence. Although I am not realizing my divine self right now at this point, cannot directly connect, but still it exists. When I will be able to be in tune with that frequency of realization, I can have the fine attunement with that frequency dimension of realization, then I can have everything. I can have that. Then I can realistically experience that. Unless I am able to do that, I cannot directly realize experience. But it doesn't matter. Really, that whether or not right now I am able to directly experience about Atma, but still I know it exists. It's more real than what I can experience, than the reality I can experience now. In the limited mundane way is more real. So seeing through the higher intelligence and awareness. Many things we can realize not directly by our sense perception, but through higher intelligence we can, through higher feelings. So that's what we can do at this stage. Understanding, relating to Atma through feelings, through higher intelligence, knowledge and feelings, whatever way possible. Then later on the higher state of the sadhana, state of self-realization, the direct realization of Atma will come, will be revealed. That will be more direct experience. Yes.
Ta přímá realizace ta přijde až později, v momentě, kdy my budeme schopni se jakoby jemně naladit na vyšší frekvence nebo na tu frekvenci duše.
Sukadeva Goswami cutely described in one verse in Bhagavatam, Atma parigyanomayo vivado jhastiti nastiti vidatmanishta. Atma parigyanomayo vivado hi astiti hi nastiti vidatmanishta. Bharthopi noiva tat uparameta pungsang mattah paramishta dhyam shaloka. Bharthopi noiva tat uparameta pungsang mattah paramishta dhyam shaloka. It is connected to this context, not exactly related to your answer, but connected. That those who keep on arguing whether there is Atma or not, I repeat, two classes of people, two categories of the people, continue arguing whether Atma exists or not. Sukadeva Goswami is saying, what can we tell them for their pointless, useless argument? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't change any reality of the Atma, about the existence of Atma, whether someone can realize or not. Then he says, Atma parigyanomayo. Atma by nature is self-effulgent. Those who have got eyes can see the effulgence. Who do not have the eyes cannot see the effulgence. So it is depending on having eyes or having no eyes. That divine eyes of the higher intelligence, higher consciousness would be opened. Then Atma can be seen. When our eyes of the heart are open by the blessings of higher consciousness, by some gracious power, then Atma can be seen with that eyes, spiritual eyes, but cannot be seen with material eyes. Cannot be understood, directly experienced with the mundane senses, mundanely limited senses of perception. It requires higher perception, higher senses with higher ability of perception. Then one can directly experience. Atma Pariksit. Sukadeva Goswami in Srimad Bhagavatam.
Sukadeva Goswami v Srimad Bhagavatamu tam diskutuje, co vlastně říct lidem, kteří nevěří na existenci duše. A odpověď je, že kdo má oči, ten vidí, kdo nemá oči, ten nevidí. Takže je potřeba mít, samozřejmě duši nejde vidět žádnýma hmotnýma smyslama, vnímat hmotně, ale ti, kteří mají otevřený oči srdce, tak budou schopni vidět.
No a ještě tam byl ta myšlenka, že bez ohledu na to, jestli věří nebo nevěří na existenci duše, tak to nějak neovlivní ten fakt, že ta duše...
It is connected to the context of your question, not directly connected to answer. Can you find out that verse from the internet? No mobile phone, you can. It's one of the excellent verses explaining about Atma. From Veda base you can find out.
Yeah, I'm going to Veda base. First line starting with Atma Parigyanamayo. ATMA Atma Parigyanamayo. PARIJNANAMAYO. That should be enough. Atma Parijnanomayo. No? Didn't find? Should be found out. Atma, then word Parijnano. PARIJNANAMAYO. We are spelling it in the wrong way.
Atma Parijnana. No, it's okay. M-A-Y. Who is Y? Atma Parijnana. Okay, can I put like this search?
Yeah, let's search the green button there.
Green button.
And I filtered it to Srimad Bhagavatam verses, so it should show.
Srimad Bhagavatam. So it's not coming? Atma.
Here is what it
What's it? Nayo Atma.
So it shows everything that is Atma. So the search is not really...
Surprising.
Maybe Google would find it better because the algorithms for
Yes.
search.
Same. Put the copy and paste the Google. Krishna.
When you sing like for the memory of Srila Prabhupada,
For the memory of?
in the mood of Srila Prabhupada,
Mm-hmm.
you like to, no? So it was like, it is memorized like this, like follow, like the Bhakti Siddhanta or like Bhakti Vedanta Swami also.
Yes, often I engage in singing song Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, following in the mood of Srila Swami Prabhupada, my great glorious Shiksha Gurudev, and also other Guru Varga, but often in his mood, in his loving memory, how devotedly he sang. He often sang that song so much dedication, so much loving devotion. So that brings special happiness to my heart, that memory, while I'm singing that song. You found it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I'm going for it
Mm.
in database.
Jestli to bylo jakoby Bhakti Siddhantovi nebo Prabhupádovi vlastně jakoby and Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, he also used to sing when with devotees.
Sometimes he sang, but it is not, we don't find any clear record for that.
Yeah.
Not recorded clearly whether he often sang Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. But so we don't find such records, but we can assume, we can feel into it that sometimes he might have sang. Because in those, his disciples, some of his disciples sang,
Remember?
I don't remember,
No,
but it is understood by common sense that Srila Swami Prabhupada got the inspiration directly from the heritage of his Gurudev. So some of his Gurudev and some of his godbrothers did sing it time to time. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari and Yashamati Nandan Brajavara Nagar. Songs like that. But in those days, there were no tape recorders or no recording system. It didn't get recorded. Sometimes Akinchan Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj, I think, also sang. Yes.
Is it this verse?
Yes.
So this
Yes.
is,
Just it. Exactly. Read out the translation, please.
okay, I have to switch to Czech. 11. So it's not in Czech.
In English. Okay. You can read out, please, in English.
So the speculative argument of philosophers, this world is real, no it is not real, is based upon incomplete knowledge of the Supreme Soul and is simply aimed at understanding material dualities. Although such argument is useless, persons who have turned their attention away from me, their own true self, are unable to give it up. Takže spekulativní argument filozofů, tento svět je skutečný, ne, tento svět není skutečný, je založený na nedokonalém poznání o nejvyšší duši a je zaměřen na pochopení materialistických dualit. Přestože takový argument je zbytečný, lidé, kteří odvrátili svoji pozornost ode mě, od svého skutečného já, nejsou schopní se ho vzdát, toho argumentu.
So herein, by term Atma, it covers both, including both soul and super soul. So both are being defined here by the term Atma.
Termínem atma definované duše.
In other words, the same argument whether God exists or not. Similar way. Super soul means God. So Sukadeva Goswami Prabhu directly answered to that question, who said, a non-believer of God, who questioned about the existence of God, whether God exists or not. He answered.
Podobným způsobem se Sukadeva Goswami odpověděl na vlastně pochybnost o tom, jestli existuje nebo neexistuje.
Ten verš je ta odpověď, protože
And who is Sukadeva Goswami? Sukadeva Goswami is ever situated in the knowledge divine. I repeat, Sukadeva Goswami Prabhu is such divine personality who is ever situated in the self-effulgent knowledge, self-effulgent awareness, knowledge divine, who has been described as Akuntha Medhasam, means the one with infinite intelligence, infinite Medhasam, infinite awareness and knowledge. Akuntha means infinite, unlimited. Medhasam means medha, intelligence. So, that is one of the adjectives, one of the qualities of Sukadeva Goswami described. Who is Sukadeva Goswami? The one, the great personality with unlimited intelligence, unlimited divine awareness. And he is answering from his own realization. The way he is answering, so plain and straight and simple way. Because he directly knows it. One who tasted Khir Malai, Rasgulla, Rabri, directly tasted, he or she simply knows what it is. So it's so simple, so simple and straight experience for that person, rather than those who have not experienced. Oh, it takes so much time, energy to be explaining what it is, but still cannot experience, cannot give direct experience. So it's so complicated, sophisticated for him. But one who has already got direct experience, it becomes so easy and natural experience. Though invaluable experience, but becomes so easy and natural. That is the difference between Sukadeva Goswami's state of, his state of realization, situated in Brahma Jnana, Paranga Brahma Jnana, absolute knowledge divine, and these mundanely limited people who know nothing compared to Sukadeva Goswami. Almost they know nothing. And that was one of the reasons. Vyasadeva, Devarshi Narad, the grandfather figures were also assembled in the assembly to hear how Sukadeva Goswami represents Srimad Bhagavatam in a newer dimension, some newer wonderful way. Even the Vyasadeva, Devarshi Narada were so inquisitive, so eagerful to be knowing about that, how Srimad Bhagavatam reveals, manifests through Sukadeva Goswami, one who is situated in Paranga Brahma Jnana from the beginning, from the very birth. Exceptional, very exceptional personality. Very special, exceptional. Saint, pure devotee. And after hearing from Sukadeva Goswami, then Vasudev concluded about Srimad Bhagavatam. Everything brought together and finally published. Third sitting. First Vasudev, Srimad Bhagavatam first revealed, manifested through Vasudev. Vasudev's writing, second manifestation through the explanation of Sukadeva Goswami, and third Suta Goswami, Suta Saunak Sangha, Naimisharanya, third sitting, and then the whole Srimad Bhagavatam was put together, compiled together, and then it is presented before us. Yes, yes.
Sukadeva Goswami byl neustále umístěný v božském vědomí a vlastně se mu říkalo, že má, nebo se o něm říkalo, že má neomezené poznání. A vlastně díky tomu, že on byl na tak vysoké úrovni, ve které měl realizace, které jsou sice vysoký, ale pro něj zcela přirozený, tak když přednášel Bhagavatam, tak vlastně v tom publiku seděli i jeho jakoby otcovsko-guruovský figury, jako byl Narada Muni a Vyasadeva, a vlastně potom jeho přednesu vlastně Vyasadeva jakoby ten Bhagavatam sfinalizoval. Ten Bhagavatam se vlastně projevil jakoby v 3 krocích. Napřed Vyasadeva, pak Sukadeva Goswami a pak Suta Goswami v Naimisharani a pak to Vyasadeva teprve jako zakončil a zhrnul.
Related to your query, you can also find out that verse from Bhagavad Gita, Ascharjavat Passati Kaschidena, about Atma. You all know that verse, but still, it feels so nice to be relating again. Ascharjavat, A-S-C-A-R-Y-A-V-A-T.
A-S-C-A-R.
Ascharya, Y-A-V-A-T. What? Then space, separate word, Pashati. Separate word, Pashati. P-A-S-Y-A-T-I. That should be enough. Yes.
Also, there is some important verse, like related to all this. I don't know how to quote.
Yeah, there are several verses.
Bhagyavanji was actually like persons who accept or understand they are Bhagyavanji, like they are fortunate.
True.
So this is actually the who is not, they
True.
cannot.
True.
So who or why or how do one become like this?
Bhagavan means, it's not always the case. Bhagavan means fortunate, but saying this doesn't mean that he or she is blessed, eternally blessed from the beginning. Not that. Eternally liberated. So eternally blessed ones. Also Bhagavan means, fortunate means, one who acquiring the new fortune through devotional service to the Lord, through sadhana. So both ways. Fortunate souls means both ways. Okay. Eternally fortunate ones on the higher level, on the mundane level, those acquiring the fortunes through devotional service to the Lord, by engaging in pious activities, devotional activities, acquiring so much fortune. They are also Bhagavan, blessed. Found it out?
Yeah, we got the verse. So should I read it in Czech, right?
Yeah, there are several verses about this, describing the soul.
Yeah, this is 229. It's Ascharyavat Pashyati Kaschid Enam Aščarya Vadvadati
Tathahi Vachanna
Aščarya Vachanam
Namannasinoti Shuttvapenang Vedana Chaiva Kaschit.
Někteří na duši hledí jako na úžasnou, jiní ji popisují jako úžasnou a další o ní slýchávají jako úžasné. Zatímco jiní, i když o ní slyšeli, ji nemohou porozumět ani v nejmenším. Yes, so it's like in that Srimad Bhagavatam verse, actually, kind of.
Describing our Atma.
Those who
understand.
yeah, but there are some who will never understand it because they're on their own level. Actually,
Yeah. In Bhagavatam, it has been described in relation to Atmarama Muni, Atmarama. Atmaramascha munayo nirganthapi. This is one verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Those great persons, great devotees, who are actually living in the ambrosial experience of the Atma, living in the world of ambrosial experience of super soul and super soul. Even they also relate, finally, they also relate to Lord Hari. Even their hearts also become irresistibly attracted to the higher transcendental beauties and qualities of Lord Hari. So understand how wonderful Lord Hari is, how what super excellent qualities of attraction Lord Hari possesses, Lord Hari has. So that verse is very much known. Atmaramascha munayo nirganthapi urukrame kurbantahi tuking bhaktin itham bhuto gunohari. Srimad Bhagavatam. You can find out that verse.
Tenhle verš říká, že lidi, kteří jsou naprosto spokojení se svojí atmou, právě ty atmarámové, tak dokonce i ti jsou přitahovaní pánem Harim. Takže jak úžasný takový pán Hari asi bude.
Atmaramascha. Then word munayo. Any other query? Relevant or irrelevant, directly related or unrelated?
We have last 15 minutes.
So is it Atmaramascha munayo?
Nirganthapi urukrame kurbantahi tuking bhakting itham bhuto gunohari. Please read the translation aloud.
Yeah, I'll find it in Czech first.
And that's what happened with Sukadeva Goswami. In the beginning, Sukadeva Goswami was deeply situated in blissful Brahma Jnana. Then his heart was irresistibly drawn, attracted to the beautiful verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, verses describing the Krishna Leela in Bhagavatam. And Sukadeva Goswami's heart was also irresistibly drawn to divine beauty and quality of Krishna being narrated through those verses. So Sukadeva Goswami was an exalted Atmarama from the beginning.
To je přesně to, co se stalo Sukadevovi Goswamimu, který byl vznešeným Atmaramou od úplného začátku. On byl spokojeně umístěný v Brahmanu vědomí, ale když uslyšel verše Srimad Bhagavatamu popisující Krishnovy zábavy, tak to neodolatelně přitahovalo.
Teď ten verš. Všechny druhy atmarámů, těch, kteří nalézají potěšení v átmě neboli v duchovním já, obzvláště ti, kteří jdou neochvějně po cestě seberealizace, si přejí prokazovat čistou oddanou službu osobnosti božství, přestože jsou osvobozeni od všeho hmotného otroctví. Znamená to, že Pán má transcendentální vlastnosti a přitahuje každého, včetně osvobozených duší.
See, they are also devoted. Ultimately, they also become so devoted to Lord Hari with so much love. Purbantahoi tuking bhakting. They feel so much loving devotion, devoted love to Lord Hari and engage in his service. I'm not literally translating this, but the inner mood is that. See.
Cítí tolik lásky plný ladenosti a ladený lásky, jako teďka přímo neříkám slovo po slově, ale to je nálada toho verše.
Very nice topics started by you, so we appreciate.
Yeah, by my confusion. But actually,
No.
many pieces of the information that you presented, I had in front of myself anyways, but I wasn't able to synthesize them the way you did. So thank you very much.
See, such type of confusion is very valuable confusion, apparent confusion, but actually it is a query. It comes out of deep inquisitiveness to know further, deeper into that. So it's not really confusion. It's called honest query, inquisitiveness.
Takže Maharaj poděkoval Radovi za pěkný překlad, který nanesl. Radovi se tomu že to akorát je to vlastně nothing. A Maharaj říkal, že to není zmatení, ale že to je jako zvídavost, nebo jako zvídavost, která je velice ceněna.
Such type of queries guides us, leads us to search further, to be searching further. Krishna Hari. Yes.
Máme čas ještě?
Máme 10 minut.
Yeah, I'm asking because like we have 10 minutes here is like a little strict the timing because of the family. But I just heard I think last Maharaj visit us here.
Maharaj?
Teďka
Maharaj?
No.
Srimad Maharaj?
No, to je jedno. But actually Pariksit Maharaj, he find out that he has only 7 days, and he asked what he should do the last 7 days. And interesting is that actually he was hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, and it's like so my interest is that like it's because of that time it was not like established by Mahaprabhu the chanting and kirtans, or so that time was like little different maybe in the name of like process sadhana or dharma, or so why he was answered that you listen Srimad Bhagavatam, of course, is the supreme essence of transcendental. So
is the question why he wasn't chanting Hare Krishna instead of?
Not Hare Krishna, but like I don't know, that 5,000 years ago was maybe different way of self-realization that he
For Sukadeva Goswami to speak Srimad Bhagavatam, I repeat, for Sukadeva Goswami to reveal Srimad Bhagavatam in that royal assembly, and for King Pariksit to hear that Srimad Bhagavatam, the transcendental glories of Supreme Bhagavan Krishna, were both sankirtan activity, Krishna sankirtan activity, non-different from the Krishna sankirtana activities what Mahaprabhu established for this Kali Yuga. So same Krishna sankirtana was manifesting there in the assembly of Srimad Bhagavatam in different forms. Sravanam and Kirtanam going on. And after Sravanam, Kirtanam of Srimad Bhagavatam, Smaranam also going on, means meditation. Smaranam means not just remembrance, meditation. So at some point, at the end of the Srimad Bhagavatam, relative end, not real end, relative end of the Srimad Bhagavati Katha, Sukadeva Goswami asked King Pariksit, now, how is he feeling? How is he doing? How he was doing, on what state? And the way King Pariksit replied that he already surpassed the level of the death. That he was now he replied that then he was living on the transcendental plane beyond the reach of death. He replied, by your grace, by your mercy, now I realize myself liberated from this mortal body, bodily existence. Although I am still living in the body, but actually I can feel now I am situated on the liberated state of consciousness. It doesn't really matter to me whether takshak comes, whether I am living or my material body is dead. Okay, whether material body is living or dead, it doesn't matter to me, because I am now exist, because now I exist totally independent of this limit of the material bodily existence. I have become atmarama. So he replied to Sukadeva Goswami, and Sukadeva Goswami was so happy upon hearing such a reply. He was expecting that kind of answer, that quality of answer from King Pariksit. He got that. So, O Sukadeva Goswami, by your grace, by your mercy, by Lord's mercy, now I am already situated on the level transcendental, much transcendental to the death. Mundane birth and death. So it doesn't really matter to me, not important to me at all whether my material body remains or it is destroyed. It doesn't touch me anymore. It doesn't touch my real identity anymore. I'm above, living above all this by your grace and Lord's grace.
Mahaprabhu also, he spent every day listening to Srimad Bhagavatam.
Of course. So back to the point. So, there also, Sukadeva Goswami and King Pariksit, both of them and the assembled devotee are all engaged in Krishna Sankirtana activity, what Mahaprabhu also very much recommended and established in different forms. In the form of description of Srimad Bhagavata, Krishna Leela, in the form of the description of the narration of the glories of Krishna, Krishna Leela, and in the form of hearing that. So Sravanam, Kirtanam and Smaranam are there in full swing. These are all devotional limbs, pure devotional limbs. So it was happening. Krishna Katha festival. 7 days, it was super excellent Krishna Katha nectar festivals.
No eat, no sleeping.
Yes, for 7 days. They were all, not only Sukadeva Goswami, even the audience were uplifted to another level, higher level of experience. Okay? Through direct revelations, they are directly in tune with the transcendental level of experience. Most wonderful experience. Krishna Sankirtan festival.
Máš překlad?
Ale já jsem ho nepochopila, na co se ptal. Já jsem
ptal se...
Někdo nerozuměl?
Já jsem nerozuměla.
Dobře, tak já ti to řeknu, na co se ptal.
Proč Pariksit Maharaj mu dostal odpověď, že co má dělat posledních 7 dní, bylo naslouchat Bhagavatamu, že vlastně je to kompletní, to byla kompletní vlastně naslouchání, opěvování, vzpomínání, která vlastně je věčná, vlastně jako jenom v jiný podobě Mahaprabhu vlastně to samý vlastně přines lidem a tehdy vlastně oni to dělali taky, akorát, že v jiný a v přítomnosti Sukadeva Goswami vlastně všichni se dostali na úrovni bhávy a vlastně osvobození, že dokázali prostě těch 7 dní to jakou to mělo sílu.
Maharaj tam říkal, že vlastně když se Sukadeva Goswami zeptal Maharaji Pariksita, jako jak na tom je, a tak Pariksit Maharaj vlastně na konci teda, tak říkal, že v podstatě mu úplně jedno, jestli ten had přijde nebo ne, už ho nebo ne, že už je na úplně jiný úrovni vědomí a nějaká smrt se ho netýká, že už de facto se stal atmaramou.
Takovou má sílu poslouchat osvobozenou bytost.
All right. Chant Mahamantra. Briefly singing Mahamantra.